Hi viewers, welcome to my channel Step In, the channel for vision.
Hello everyone, and today we are going to see about one of the greatest poems written by Rabindranath Tagore, that is Where the Mind is Without Fear. So in NIOS syllabus it is there in the 10th chapter, so that we are going to see. As an introduction part, few of the lines what I felt is very important, I would like to read for you. So this poem was written when the British ruled our country. So we were slaves to foreign power. Rabindranath Tagore, the great Indian nationalist and visionary, wanted India to awaken to a bright dawn of freedom, freedom from slavery and our own mental chains. And also, this is one of his vastly read and discussed poems even today. And it was originally composed in Bengali under the title Prarthana. So Prarthana means prayer. And this poem was actually written in the form of a prayer to the God Almighty for a true freedom for his beloved country. And thus Tagore reveals his own concept of freedom through the poem Where the Mind is Without Fear. So now we will straight away go to the textual lines, line by line explanation I would like to give for you. And here just I would like to read the lines given here. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where the knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depths of the truth, where tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habits, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. So here we can see from the beginning, there is no separate sentences given. So here we can see a normal meaning of a sentence is having group of words which can give a complete sense. But here what actually we have understood is, it is all a kind of different classes have been used. So now you see for an example where the mind is without fear. So again it is remaining a question mark. And the head is held high, again it is also the question mark. Where the knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken, everywhere we can see that it is all a kind of different classes have been used. So to match up with, to have a complete sense, so we have to have the last part of the line, and that should be coordinated with every line. So for each and every clause we have to add it, then we can get the complete sense of meaning. So now we are going to see the line by line explanation of this poem, Where the Mind is Without Fear. So where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. So like this only you should read, then only we can just understand the meaning of the lines, because it is all split up into different classes as said earlier. So where the mind is without fear means the fearless attitude of the person. So it is meant for everybody. The fearless attitude, and the head is held high. So with self-respect. So when you are raising up our head with great respect, self-respect and the fearless attitude, then that can be considered a true freedom. And the next line, the third one is very important, where knowledge is free. So here knowledge means the education. So now, nowadays what we are living the life is totally different from those days what actually our ancestors lived. So here we have rights for everything, rights for education, rights for language, rights for all, worshipping God, right for everything, because we are in democratic country. But this is not the case with those days. So in that it was not actually given for everyone, and it was only meant for the upper class people. But now, what actually he wanted to suggest here is where knowledge is free without having any discrimination and available for all without any other bias, any other difference, then it will be considered to be one of the freedoms. So there, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. And where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. So here we can see there are so many divisions among ourselves. So we have different things, we have different borders also. So we have Tamil Nadu, we have Kerala. In India, I am telling, So different states are there. In each and every states we have again different districts. So even there also we have different communities, different caste system, different creed. All these discriminations are there over worldwide. It is not only in our own country, but it is everywhere. But what actually he just wanted to tell is, where the world has not been, it is not only for the country, just he wanted to mean, it is for the whole world up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. So now domestic walls refers here different sense of meaning. One is what actually I said, the different parts of the places. So based on their language, based on their community, based on their cats, so we'll be having different things. Apart from that, it is the domestic wall is nothing but the narrow thinking, not having the broad minded. So that is also now you wanted to tell, that you can make a note that domestic walls refers here the ideas of small petty and a narrow minded thinking. So instead he just wanted from the readers perspective, he just wanted them to be very rational in thinking, rational in the sense practically, logically thinking. Then, where words come out from the depth of truth, where the spoken words, whatever they speak, should come from their depth of the heart, in the sense, the true, the feeling, the faithful words, then my country will be awakened. So, like that, now we just wanted to convey through these lines. And where tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection. And even again, he just wanted all other people to work hard, sincerely and continuously, tireless in the sense without having any break, tireless effort abdimang. So tireless effort is nothing but the continuous effort to achieve the goal, that too with perfection. So when they work towards for that without taking rest, so of course they can attain their goal. The goal is nothing but to have freedom, and stretches its arms towards perfection. There is a line given very clearly. Then, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit. So here again he wanted to tell that where the clear stream of reason. So these two lines, the stream of reason and dreary desert, the two things are compared. So it is called here, one of the literary devices used is metaphor. So direct comparison. So here the clear stream or stream of reason will have that clear of thought, clarity of thought, the purity of thought. That is compared here with the clear stream, and has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habits. So a dead habit is nothing but all the evil beliefs, the superstitious. So whatever so far we called our practices, our customs, so without having any logic. So these all together now you wanted to consider to be just like having dead habits. So without having any logic behind. And these kind of things are not there. And only when the clarity of thinking, the rational way of thinking, the practical way of thinking, then to that heaven, into that heaven, my God, my Father, let my country awake. So like that now we just praying to the God. And where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action. And even the last final stage where the mind is led forward by thee refers the Almighty God, by you. When all the minds of the Indian people, if it is just led by you under your guidance and into ever widening thought and action, so their way of thinking and their activities, all everything will be there based on your own grace, under your own guidance, then into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. So you can understand very clearly, he just wanted to convey through this poem what are the concepts he had as a true belief and a true freedom. It is not only just political freedom what actually he wanted to convey to the readers, it is even to the freedom of oneself. So they must be very truthful. They must have self-pride. We can see all those things given very clearly in this poem. The self-respect they must have, the fearless attitude they should have, and they should be very truthful enough to themselves at least, and they have to be very hard-working persons. So all things we can consider are together, then it will be considered to be having a freedom, a standard of living, a great, the meaningful way of living. Okay, I hope that you understood the poem very well. Thank you. Thank you once again.
Step in, the channel for vision.